I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
Sir Justice calls out, "I will fear you not. Saint Yig will protect me from you, devil." It looks over toward him. He has these long claws and this barbed tail, and he's basically just deciding who he's gonna go after. Let's do initiative. All right, we get it. Sir Justice says, "Do not worry, friends. This creature of evil cannot harm me." And he moves right up to him. "Go back to the flame." As he does, this thing attacks him. There was no initiative because no one did anything. We were just watching what Sir Justice was gonna do, and he walked up and did this. The first thing Sir Justice has to do here is make a saving throw versus spells. He needs a 17 or above. He gets a 20! Sir Justice, standing there with full confidence, looks over toward the group and says, "This is not real, my friends." Ulrich and St. Timothy are like, "What are you doing? Get back, defend yourself." Sir Justice is gonna get a hero coin for this. It's an illusion, my friends. Something this evil would not be able to get near me. That's how I knew. So Sir Justice sees through the illusion, and he now grants these two +4 to their saving throws. This thing immediately turns toward them. Ulrich needs above a 13. 20! 2 20s? Wow, what a stroke of luck. And so now Ulrich's gonna get a hero coin. Both of them start encouraging St. Timothy to see through this evil illusion. St. Timothy needs an 11 or over. Oh, dude! What? 3 I don't know if that's ever happened in my life. 3 20s in a row. St. Timothy's getting a coin, a hero coin. Wow. This guy could have did some illusionary damage to him and all kinds of other stuff, and he just fades away. That was so kick-ass. 3 20s in a row. Sir Justice is just about to turn around. He needs to make a wisdom check. He needs 13 or above. 19! Dude, what is up with this dice? I mean, he fails it. That sucks. But crazy dice rolling going on. Justice moves over here to start investigating the lever. Ulrich moves up to the lever as well. And now that Sir Justice has moved that distance over to the lever, ZOTPOX skitters down the wall and onto the floor in spider form behind St. Timothy. And he's going to try to surprise attack him. It's 1, 2, or 3 because he's sneaking up on him, and he is surprised. The imp hovers maybe 2 feet above the ground, looks for a soft spot next to St. Timothy's helmet, maybe under the neck, and tries to sting him. ZOTPOX needs a 15. 1! St. Timothy has this feeling of evil run through him, and a voice echoes in his mind. Turn around. St. Timothy looks over toward his mace, and it begins to glow with this radiant yellow light, and he just turns around and takes a swing. Imp has an amazing armor class of 2, and that means that he needs an 18 on the chart, but he's got +1. So because of the mace, so that's a 17 or above he needs. He's gonna miss. It's just a wild swing. I'm not gonna use the hero coin on that because I'm gonna have a tough time hitting him. So I think I'm gonna come with some spells. Do initiative. We get it. Sir Justice runs up here with his 2-handed sword and tries to bury it in the imp. He needs a 16. 17, that's a hit. Sir Justice plunges the 2-handed sword right through the chest of the imp, and the imp makes a sound like "Ah." Sir Justice pulls the sword from the imp's chest, and the imp, with its head down, just looks up at these two with a menacing grin, and the wound heals over itself. It heals right up. "Our puny weapons cannot harm me, human." So the imp is kind of cowarding away still from Sir Justice here because he can't attack him. Ulrich is going to move up to here and attack. Ulrich needs a 16. It's going to be a miss. 1, 2, 3. Reroll the 4. St. Timothy needs a 15. That's going to be a miss. Initiative. It's a tie. We get it. Sir Justice shifts back 1 and then moves over to here. My friends, I cannot harm this creature. I just looked through Ulrich's treasure stuff. He doesn't really got much he can do here. He's going to swing with his longsword. He needs a 16. He's going to miss. St. Timothy says, back away, Ulrich. So he does. He shifts back to here. St. Timothy is going to shift back, and he's going to cast Cause Light Wounds. Jeez, this imp saves as a 7th level fighter. Wow. Imp needs a 13 or above. He saves versus the spell. He resists it. Plus, he's got magic resistance as well. Evens, odds. Odds. He goes after Ulrich. Imp is going to move over here and try to sting Ulrich with his tail. He needs a 15 or above. Geez, both sides need like 15 or 16 to hit. 1 automatic miss. Ulrich gets a free attack. It doesn't really matter. He needs a 16 or above to hit. That's a miss. Initiative. Is anyone going to hit? All right, he gets to attack Ulrich again. Needs a 15 or above. He gets it. Okay, this really isn't cool. Ulrich has to save versus poison or die. He needs a 14 or above. Hero coin. 14 or above. 18, he makes it. Dude, that was so close. Ulrich, you need a 16. 18, that's a hit. That's 1d8 plus 2, come on. 10 damage max, holy crap. The imp takes the sword to the belly and drops down to the floor, and all this green ooze starts gushing out of its guts. It is mortally wounded, and it starts to slowly back up. Get him, Timothy. Ulrich will shift back 1, and Timothy is going to cast Cure Light Wounds in reverse again. In this game, you can't take a spell more than once. You can't memorize it more than once, but I have Divine Channel, and that means I can replace any of my other spells with Cure Light Wounds, which can be cast in reverse, so I can do it again. Imp needs over 13. The imp resists, and he's sort of up against the wall right here, maybe hanging on to the corner of that wall, and he spits on the floor. Sir Justice pulls the lever, and the great stone blocks begin to separate, opening the pathway. Initiative. I win. St. Timothy, let's surround him so we can get flanking. To start with, Ulrich moves up and takes a swing with the sword. 16. 19, and I rolled the wrong dice. 8 plus 2. 3 damage. ZOTPOX has 2 hit points left. St. Timothy moves all the way out and around and comes up here so we can get flanking. And he needs 15 or above with the flanking. That's a miss. The blocks move a little further. The imp makes one last desperate tail sting. Evens Ulrich. It's Ulrich. The 15. 19. Holy crap. You might wonder why these guys are up in close battle with him. They don't know that the tail stinger is this deadly. They don't know it. They haven't discovered Wobert yet. And they're just trying to kill this thing. They have it here. They have it cornered, and they're just trying to kill it. Ulrich needs above a 14. Guys, Ulrich just died. After all of these games, he just failed his death saving throw. I didn't have any sort of reroll. I looked through all my treasure. This isn't one of those things where you can come back up. He just died. Wow. He hits the floor and St. Timothy is just beside himself. Initiative. It takes it. ZOTPOX turns around towards St. Timothy. He's still bleeding out all of his green guts. And he tries to sting St. Timothy in the leg with his tail. He needs 15 or above. 15 what? Oh man. What? Stop, let's check the damage. He takes 4 damage. Okay. His death save is 10. So that's a pretty good chance. And he's got a hero coin. Fail the first one. Let's use the hero coin. No! Dude, what? St. Timothy goes down. The entire campaign is ending right before our eyes. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm letting this happen. Sir Justice runs over here and picks up Ulrich's sword along the way and then attacks the imp. Sir Justice has +2 and then Ulrich's sword is +1, so he has +3 on this attack. Come on, Sir Justice. It's up to you, Big Mouth. You need a 15 or above. 15! The imp is gonna die just from the bonuses. He slays the imp, who releases this high-pitched scream. He tries to clutch onto the blade of the sword to stop it from piercing his abdomen, and he dies on the end of that sword and slides off and hits the ground. Sir Justice checks Timothy and checks Ulrich. They aren't breathing. He says a prayer to Saint Yig. So I just want to say real quick, guys, if you thought this adventure was brutal, it was for 8 total character levels. There was 4 of us to start with, each of us 2nd level. It's just these imps, they are deadly. Now this was the imp from the miniatures game that we had played a couple weeks ago. So this dude now is back in hell and probably demoted to a lemure. And the way everything played out and the certain dice rolls, if Ulrich would have rolled higher than a 1 for his damage, it would have killed the imp straight out earlier before everybody died. Just the way the dice go. Well guys, thanks to everybody who have followed along through this campaign. What an ending that was. Now we still have Sir Justice alive, so there's the possibility that we continue this on. I'm probably going to take a break for a little bit. You know, I had hoped to get a little bit more support for the channel through the memberships, but that just didn't happen. That's totally fine. That's totally okay. That just means I can't do this as hardcore as I originally had planned on this year to do. And, you know, I've got other things that have to get done that I have to kind of prioritize. But we're still going to have battle reports out most of the time. I'm going to be pretty busy over the next month. A lot of the times when I back off from the channel is during, you know, early to mid-summer. I get super busy with Magic and with the other stuff that I'm doing. So no worries. We're going to continue on here once things slow down a little bit for me. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to see more of Sir Justice? I don't know if I really like that character or not. And one of the things we're going to do as well, when we do pick up and continue on, we're starting at 2nd level. We're not going to go back to 1st level. I want to keep advancing this game and see how it plays out at higher levels. So we would definitely start at level 2. I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I loved the characters. You know, it really sucks that they were so close. You know, they were so close. They had the imp down to 2, and if Ulrich would have basically rolled like a 3 instead of a 1 with the bonuses, that would have killed the imp out. But that's just the way the dice roll. You guys know it, and this is old school D&D. Your characters are gonna die, and that's just the way that it is. I mean, this isn't like 5e where everybody's made to stay alive for the story. This is you survive for the story to survive. And yeah, love me some Dragonslayer. So guys, Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you soon. Me and Amy will have some miniatures games up here pretty soon. And I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.